That's right. Listen, baby, it's time to do some English workshops, so please get out your book and a highlighter and a pen, and we'll get ready to go. Graders, now that you have your book out, go ahead and turn to page 187, and today we're going to be working with pronoun antecedent agreement, and I need you just to get your highlighter ready. In order to get credit for doing this assignment, I need you to highlight and underline this page, mark notations just like I do in this video. I feel like some students are copying each other's work out of each other's books, and in order to get full credit, you really do have to read this page and go over all the annotation that I'm asking you to do today. Okay, let's go ahead and start at the top. I need you to underline the first sentence. A pronoun usually refers to a noun or another pronoun that comes before it. The word that a pronoun refers to is called its antecedent, and you know the root ante means before, and then just remember this is the word that comes before that the pronoun is going to be referring to. Let's go ahead and highlight the words comes before and then antecedent. Let's also highlight Rule 14R. A pronoun should agree with its antecedent in number and gender. So let's read right below that, and I want you to underline some important information in the paragraph right below that as well. Okay, I need you to highlight as I read. Some singular personal pronouns have forms that indicate the gender of the antecedent. Masculine pronouns, he, him, and his, refer to males. Feminine pronouns, she, her, and hers, refer to females. Neuter or neutral pronouns, it and its, refer to things that are neither male nor female and often to animals. So let's look at just a few examples below. Sean took his calculator with him. Sean is the antecedent because it's the noun that comes before the pronouns, and then the two male singular pronouns are his and him. The next sentence, Mrs. Torres said that she would share her lunch. Mrs. Torres is the antecedent. The female singular pronouns are she and her. The next one, the trunk is missing its key. Trunk is the antecedent. Its is the neuter pronoun, not referring to either sex. Okay? I need you to underline rule number 1. Use a singular pronoun to refer to each, either, neither, one, everybody, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody, someone, somebody. Now, an easy way to remember that those words are all singular is that body represents one body. One represents one, and so anytime you see words that end in body or one, you know it's a singular pronoun. Okay, the others, each, either, neither, you just have to memorize those. So now that you have that underlined, let's look at the examples below. Each cast his or her vote. Each is singular, so you know that the pronoun following that each, the antecedent, is going to be singular. And the reason why it's his or her, because you don't know if it's a male or a female that you're referring to. So you'll need to put both in there. That's just politically correct. A long time ago, in my day, you could just use the male his there. But I know it sounds awkward, but that's the way it goes. Okay, the next one is one, the antecedent of the striped socks lost its male. Now you've got to kind of ignore that prepositional phrase of the striped socks and match the the pronoun with the antecedent, which is the noun one. So one lost its mate. Okay, now I need you to underline rule number 2. Use a singular pronoun to refer to two or more singular antecedents joined by or nor. So let's look at the examples. Either Lucia or Marna will explain her experiment. It's not their experiment. Okay, so it's or makes this a singular match, and so you've got to choose a singular pronoun. Look at the next one. Neither my father nor Rudy brought his camera. That's correct. You want to choose the singular pronoun. You wouldn't say their cameras. Okay, so that's a tough one to remember, but it's very important that you have this in your mind, especially when you know, writing or or someday when you take the PSAT, I guarantee you they'll have 3 or 4 questions using these singular pronouns on that exam. Okay, let's do the last one, number 3. 2 or more antecedents joined by and should be referred to by a plural pronoun. So let's look at this. This is different. Lionel and Laura, that's the antecedent, were proud of their son. Notice the verb, the to be verb is plural, were. And so the pronoun is also going to be plural here because Lionel and Laura are 2 people, and so you'll use the pronoun their son. Let's look at the next example. Mr. Tower, Todd, and I will do our best. So you have 3 people, so the pronoun's referring to plural, 3 people, so you would use the pronoun our. Okay, now let's go ahead and turn the page to 188 and look at the assignment. The rules for exercise 11 on page 188. Identifying antecedents and writing pronouns. On the line in each sentence below, write a pronoun that agrees with its antecedent. Underline the antecedent. If you don't do this, I'm not going to give you credit for this assignment. So you need to make sure to do both parts. Okay, let's look at the example. Mr. Sharp offered his opinion. I've underlined Mr. Sharp because he's the antecedent, and his is the correct choice because it's singular and Mr. Sharp is just one person. Okay, now what I want you to do is to do number 1 through 20, underlining the antecedent and filling in the pronoun, and go ahead and pause the video right now so that you can do this, and then turn the video back on and check your answers. Okay, now that you've marked all your answers, you've underlined the antecedents, and you've written in your chosen pronouns, I need you to pause the video and check your answers. If for some reason you're confused as to why an answer is what it is, please come in and ask either me or Mrs. Naylor tomorrow so that we can clarify this for you. This week we are going to be using all of these rules in our daily language, and then hopefully you'll also be able to incorporate some of these grammar rules in your own writing as we turn in our argument essay. There's one last thing I want you to do to get credit, so you better pay attention right now and listen. Now you can see at the screen a small red star, and I'd like for you to write a little red star down there. Draw a little red star. It doesn't even have to be red. It can be in pencil or whatever pen you're using. And that means that you actually listened to the video and that you did this assignment on your own. Please don't tell someone about that star. I really do want to see if they know to watch and listen to me talk the entire time so that they can learn a little bit more than if they were just copying someone else's page. So please be honest and mark that star and don't tell anyone about it. Okay, one last thing. I need you to close your book, put it in your backpack, and bring it to class on Wednesday. Since today is Tuesday and we've started this week a little late because of President's Day, go ahead and put it in your backpack so that we can check it in class on Wednesday. And thank you for following along on the video. It really only lasted about 8 minutes, I believe. So thank you for spending your time wisely tonight and doing your homework. I'll see you tomorrow.